It's time for the greatest athleticism you've ever seen in your life. The professionals are quaking in their boots. With the many videos out there of people that excel in their sport, there's a series, as it is now time to Watch Me Suck at Bowling! Hello and welcome to the third week of August 2020's edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling, coming to you from Park Place Lanes in Windham, New Hampshire. So far, the first two games weren't all that great. We had a very rough start with a 73, and in spite of a lot of bad luck, we managed to pull an 88 out of the second game. So how will it go this time? We're gonna find out after I tell you that. Watch Me Suck at Bowling is proud to sponsor the hit Candlepin TV show King of the Palace whenever it comes back. Type in King of the Palace in the YouTube search bar and watch to your heart's content. If you like what you see, go to youtube.com/newpalacelanes, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to see new videos as they come along. And now, something that's a little less than King of the Palace. Okay, a lot. Game 3, frame 1, ball 1. Of course, once again, I'll remind you, due to the loud music, most of the audio is muted. Ball 2. Typical first ball 7 or 10 pin. Yep, we're off to a really good start. Ball 3. Uh-oh, looks like a stink frame. Can we save it? We did save it with a 9. And for those of you who like the pin setters, here's the Bullmore in action, taking care of that 10 pin, getting rid of the deadwood, and setting down a fresh set of 10. And there you go. Frame 2, ball 1. So far, a halfway decent start. Now we need the first ball to be decent. Ball 2. One of these days, maybe the first ball will be good. Piece of wood that can still help. Of course, the bad luck, it keeps on coming. Ball 3. Only one shot to get rid of the Caleri. Again, that piece of wood could help. Helps if I could aim. 6. So far, not the best of starts. We got a 9 and 1, then a 6 and 2. So far, 15. We can rebuild from that. Frame 3, ball 1. Still waiting for that very first ball to actually be good. Ball 2. For once, a half-decent ball, and with the wood that's in the middle, it's quite possible to get a spare. Ball 3. That wood in the middle of that configuration's pretty good. If we hit it right, we can get 10. And there's an I wish it was ball 2 moment with a 10. Frame 4, ball 1. Now let's see if we can go better than 10. That is, get a mark. Ball 2. The Starlight 5 and the 7 pin. That's wonderful. Ball 3. This is looking good, although that piece of wood in the right cluster could make it a 9. No good, it's a 5. Alternating the good and the bad here, just like in 1 and 2, but this time we get an extra 1 in 3 with a 10, and one less 1 in 4 with the 5. We doubled the score to 30. Frame 5, ball 1. Can we get more than 15 points in 2 frames? More great luck. At least it's a very makeable spare.
Ball 3.
That was a good ball, it just didn't clear everything. Don't know about that 10 pin. Either way, it was going to be a 9.
Frame 6, ball 1.
Still looking for that great start that usually happens in at least one frame. Not it.
Ball 2, going for the Emily.
That is when you get nothing in ball 1 and take out the whole rack in ball 2.
Ball 3.
If we hit the head pin, that piece of wood next to it is really going to do some damage. Or are we going to do the typical good and bad? If only the first ball wasn't a thing, it would have been a spare. 10. Finally, we got a decent pair of frames. We got a 9 and 5. And if that first ball didn't happen, we would have had a spare in 6. But 10 is okay. We're at 49.
Frame 7, ball 1.
Still waiting for a very good first ball. We haven't seen that lately. So of course it didn't happen. But then there's wood that might help.
Ball 2.
Once again, staring down another Caleri. Will anything good happen today?
Ball 3.
The famous Park Place pin action made it possible for just the head pin to remain. Tap the piece of wood to get rid of it for the 10.
Frame 8, ball 1.
Still waiting for that very elusive good start.
Ball 2.
Once again, another familiar sight. Once again, it's a makeable spare.
Ball 3.
Once again, the pin action here kinda saved things a little bit. Got a halfway decent 8. Again, not a bad pair of frames. We got a 10 and 7, and an 8 and 8, 67. This looks like this could be a decent game in spite of what's happening.
Frame 9, ball 1.
In spite of a halfway decent game, we're still looking for that elusive good start. So close to a strike, but finally, a decent start.
Ball 2, strike streak's gonna die here, of all places.
It is ironic that the place the strike streak had died the most is one of the easiest houses I've been to. We will take a spare. Absolutely no problem with that one.
Last frame, ball 1, El Stinko.
What will the bonus be? If it's a good one, we can make this game better. Of course, it couldn't be good. El Stinko lives up to its name with a lousy 2-fill.
Ball 2, that's the way it's been.
On the plus side, we had one frame where the start was pretty good.
Ball 3.
Of course, it ends with a lousy split and maybe a lousy frame. There's a shock, said nobody ever. 6. In spite of all the crap that happened, we managed to get not an 86, but an 85. Not having a lot of luck with the scoring, although this time I believe I just made an error in scoring. I put one pin too many. This time it's mostly my fault. 85, not 86. And that'll be it for week 3 of 4 for the month of August 2020's edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling from Park Place Lanes in Windham, New Hampshire. This is George F551 saying hope you enjoyed and have a good one.